Watch out. Spectre possession.
Piss off!
Red McCraith, how very good it is to see you.
Are you well?
We make do. We're almost happy. Well, that's saying something, things being the way they are. We owe you for that. We'd like to repay you. If you can bring the iron, we'll craft you something fine. And glad to do it. I heard Fort Jericho used to have a blacksmith. Perhaps you'll find some there?
Let's trade, Mrs. Eden.
All right, let's.
How goes it, Mrs. Eden?
Times are hard for everyone, but me, I've never felt so free. I'm almost ashamed of it. Almost.
Freedom is good. What do you plan to do with it?
You know, once, before I was unlucky enough to meet Fortune Heaton, I was a herbalist. Maybe I'll go back to that.
A healer could be useful. Especially if by healing others, she heals herself.
Wise words. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Eden.
Thank you for your interest, Mr. McCraith.
go then.
Привет. Потихоньку. Пипец, как угораздилось. Бля, воспаление почек — это вообще пиздец. Я один раз застудил. Это, блядь, врагу не пожелаешь такой хуйни. Выздоравливает он. Блин. Да, я тебя очень сильно понимаю. Ну, скорее, относительно понимаю, более или менее, потому что у меня было немножко попроще, не воспаление. Ну, это да, от почек там, блядь, пиздец. Там и в шею отдает, и в спину, и согнуться не можешь. Так это еще не от воспаления, а просто когда продул. Тебе вообще что-то не везет с болезнью. Постоянно. Иммунитет у тебя немножко подорван.
Think you could take on a ghost? Look out!
Away with you.
Сколько ты примерно болеешь? Ну, учитывая с больницей совсем. Блядь. Неделю. Ну, хорошо, хоть что-то получше стало на самом-то деле. Я не помню, если честно, Блин, сейчас. Ну, вроде бы я заболел после рабочих как раз-таки. На выходные что-то попало. Вот, я отлежался там несколько дней, и я на работу вроде пошел. Но опять же, ну, у меня же не такая серьезная херня была, как у тебя. У меня максимум, что было, это чуть ли не окаменела, получается, правая сторона, со стороны спины, понятное дело, почки отдавали. Я не мог согнуться, не мог сесть, я постоянно лежал, то есть чуть-чуть наклониться тоже больно, вся херня, потом начало немножко отдавать все в шею, вот. И вот так вот по накатанной, по чуть-чуть, и вроде выздоровел со временем. Нихуяся. Блин, воспаление в крови это вообще очень херово. Бля. Сука, вот утырок, блядь, по нему так мало урона проходит, это пиздец. Ну, понятное дело, тут, блядь, у тебя просто в моменте полностью иммунная система сдала, блядь, и кровь, и, бля, и с почки сразу, блин, ну, конечно, там организм в ахуе будет. Ясен пень. Так послушаешь, страшновато, конечно, ебануться. У меня-то, вон, ну, пока я не стримил ничего, я ж тоже был подзаболел. У меня иммунная система сдала, у меня этот по типу... Там что-то связанное с ветряной оспой, тыры-пыры. Вот. По типу там какие-то ответвления болезней появились. Вся хуйня. Якобы я заразился от кого-то. Вот. Со временем у меня лимфоузлы воспалились, у меня опухоль появилась в, ну, левая часть груди, получается, вот. Там просто щупаешь, у тебя такой круг, блядь, большой. Лимфоузлы под подмышками воспалились, там вся хуйня. Мне сказали, что вот у тебя иммунная система сдала, у тебя ни тромбоцитов, ни лейкоцитов вообще нету почти. Типа пиздец, тебя организм атакует, грубо говоря. Вот. Хорошо еще, что организм якобы, ну, немножко сражается, и поэтому у тебя лимфоузлы как бы воспалились. Если бы они не воспалились, как бы могла бы опухоль типа недоброкачественная появиться. Вот. Такая хуйня. И вот мне сказали, что типа, пока что ничего не делаем с этим. Если опухоль будет якобы доброкачественной, то не, ее никто не удалял. То есть, если она доброкачественная, вот мне до того, как все проверили, сказали, что мы ее оставляем, мы ее не трогаем, не вмешиваемся, как бы, вот. А если со временем она начнет как-то беспокоить, то есть болевые ощущения все больше, у меня ж какая херня, она появилась, я испугался тогда, пиздец. Я ж тогда в это время как раз-таки и пропал. Вот, ни с кем не общался из наших, потому что у меня вся левая часть, вот у меня левая грудная клетка, то есть, да, у меня в груди вот эта вот опухоль появилась, начала воспаляться лимфоузлы, и сразу у меня болевые ощущения на коже появились. То есть я просто дотрагивался до тела, просто до левой части. Вот у тебя же разделительная полоса, грубо говоря, ну ты понимаешь, да, левая и правая грудная клетка, вот. И все полностью до живота, там и ниже, вся левая часть, я дотрагивался, как будто от ожога. То есть, понимаешь, у меня все нормально. К коже просто дотрагиваешься, гладишь ее, грубо говоря, и просто как боль от ожога. Пиздец, я майку носить, грубо говоря, так сильно не мог. Чуть-чуть приподнимаешь кофту, она цепляется, и вот, ну и вправду болевое ощущение, как от ожога. Вот, ну, такое вот поражение кожи было, пиздец. Вот. Потом оказалось, что-то там внутри какая-то хуйня произошла. Я на работе был. Я поднимать начал что-то тяжелое. Ну, там, короче, металл в бочке был. Мы на погрузчик его затаскивали. Я его начал приподнимать. Пиздец. А там, ну, порядочно. То есть, там килограмм под 100 будет. Мы просто его немножко, как тебе сказать, облокотить хотели. То есть, чтобы погрузчик подъехал, зацепил. И все, у меня в животе, блядь, как стрельнуло. У меня просто кипятком как будто по всему телу жаром обдало. И колики пошли просто волной дикой по всему телу. Вот, бля, как будто из меня шипы вылазили. Вот, ну, просто по всем рукам, по всему телу полностью. Я тогда, блядь, я аж встал в ступор, перепугался немножко. Больно было вообще пиздец. У меня предположения даже не было. Я думаю, грыжа, блядь, так никогда в жизни отдавать не будет. Ну, или что-то подобное. Срыв тоже нет, блядь. Я думаю, сука, ну интересно так. Я начал ходить, вот. Пока ходил, у меня тоже болевые ощущения немножко эти продолжались. И они тоже так волной просто накрывали. Вместе с этими коликами. Пиздец, я там стоял, пока отдышался, все со временем, ну, более или менее. Но я аккуратно начал ходить, потому что ты просто ступаешь, и вот тебя просто вот колоть начинает. Я думаю, пиздец. И у меня вот на левом боку, спустя там, наверное, 2 дня, появился просто участок очень маленький. То есть, буквально вот указательный и большой палец там в кружок сместить, да, вот такой вот небольшой участочек у меня появились болячки, до них дотрагиваешься, они как бы коликами тоже отдавали, просто вот дотрагиваешься, и вот как будто ты, не знаю, напоролся на кактус, да, ну, представляешь, и просто дожимаешь на вот эти вот иголки, которые у тебя остались в коже, вот такие же ощущения болевые были. Бля, это пиздец. Я вот сходил в больничку, меня проверили, мне полный курс там этих, кровь сдавал, с вены 3 раза, с пальцев несколько раз поздавал, полный курс анализов, там тыры-пыры. Вот, мне просто сказали, что у тебя система иммунная сдает. Пиздец, то есть у тебя тревожное расстройство еще вдобавок добивает, потому что у тебя организм из-за того, что постоянно на стрессе, как-то в режим покоя по типу входит, у тебя руки постоянно холодные, ноги холодные, блядь, вот, у тебя нервы сдают из-за этого, и у тебя все в иммунную систему переходит. Вот такая вот хуйня. Ну и все. Курс там витаминок выписали, всей херни, я пока подлечился, пока у меня вот вся эта херня проходила. А также лимфоузлы плюс-минус такие воспаленные там остались, но не то чтобы они там как-то меня беспокоят, они просто увеличенные, вот, остались, и все. Как тебе сказать, оно-то может, если иммунная система в порядок придет. То есть, ну, пока это, ну, просто гадать можно. Вот. Я как бы вообще не уверен. Ну вот, видишь, какая херня. Понимаешь, что такое с лимфами, блядь, воспаленными. У меня маленькие вот эти вот кружки, ну, по всему телу найдутся. То есть у меня еще... Я маленький был. У меня... С тех пор я, ну, не знал, что вот под подбородком, да, вот ближе к скулам, ко всему, ну, у меня были там 2 кружка таких небольших. Ну, я думал, блядь, типа у всех людей такая хуйня. А оказывается, не, это, ну, такой сгусток, как бы, не то чтобы мышцы, а чего-то подобного. Ну, кружочек такой, блядь. Если его постоянно трогаешь, он может увеличиться. В спокойном состоянии он чуть ли не пропадает, то ли он совсем маленький там становится. Это тоже что-то, ну, наподобие такой хуйни. У меня такая же херня в руке есть. Когда повредишь руку, тоже бывает больно немножко на нее опираться, когда вот встаешь. Вот. Ну, такая херня по мелочи. И все, и со временем просто из-за того, что там, может, коронкой какой переболел, иммунитет упал. Вот. Опять же, тромбоциты, лейкоциты перестали появляться, вот, возобновляться, и пиздец такой вот. Зима, поэтому тяжко немножко по организму ударил. Так что и не исключаю у тебя в какой-то момент, ты же постоянно у нас болеешь, вот, так у тебя вообще пиздец. Тоже атака на иммунную систему пошла, сразу столько проблем навалилось. У меня ж там набор целый был, получается. Эта херня, которая на коже была, это по типу опоясывающего герпеса. Вот. То же самое, что у тебя возле рта. Если оно когда-то появляется у рта, то есть из-за того, что у тебя проблемы там с нервами, там со всей вот этой вот хуйней, оно может появиться в итоге на теле. Вот. И эта хуйня на всю жизнь держится. Это как псориаз, это ж все из одного подразделения, типа как грибковые болезни, грубо говоря. Вот этой херней максимум я слышал пару случаев, и то от мужика на работе, когда он в аварии, короче, у него в автомобиле были установлены баллоны газовые. Вот, ну, система газовая была. Он, долбоеб, взял, закурил в машине просто, а у него какая-то неисправность была. Ну и все, он взлетел на воздух, но он чудом остался жив, обгорел чуть ли не полностью, ему пересаживали кожу. И из-за этого у него прошла болезнь, по типу вот это вот грибковая, блядь. То есть у него там что-то типа лишая было, постоянно как-то появлялось, понимаешь? И вот у него просто из-за этого. Ну это же просто грибок. Он уже у тебя в спящем состоянии находится в организме, если когда-то ты заболел. И ты узнаешь об этом только если сильно перестрессовал, может, начал вести какой-то образ жизни не такой, там, начал пить, есть очень жирную пищу, там, ну и так далее, и так далее. То есть это же все такое по накатанной. Вот, ну, да, про герпес, это ж возле рта он обычно, он как-то там называется, а вот это вот то, что у меня было, опоясывающий герпес, я впервые встретился с такой хуйней, настолько, что он болючий был, я удивился прям пипец. Вот, и он именно появился, я думал, ну, блин, организм среагировал на то, что у меня внутри вот что-то произошло, то есть мне резко херово стало из-за того, что тяжесть подымал, коликами такими по всему телу прошло. Я думаю, ну, все, что происходит в организме, ну, как мне раньше говорили, как бы я маленький был, родители там и так далее, ну, я постоянно вспоминал, что если у тебя что-то не так в организме, все это выдает кожа. То есть в любом случае она как твой сигнализатор на то, что у тебя в организме какая-то хуйня творится. Ну вот и все. Я такой думаю, блядь, надо провериться, вот, снимочки какие-нибудь сделать, еще что-то. Не выявилось, что потом опухоль появилась, вот эта вся херня. А я потом начал уже руками ее сам обнаружил. Я тогда вообще пересрал. Вот. Так что да. Аж поэтому он забил на всю хуйню. Я что-то там Юле начинал обложку делать. Вот. Я забил хер, я вообще с ней с тех пор не связывался и на все просто забил.
Think you could take on a ghost?
Да я-то нормально, ну, я сейчас не жалуюсь, скажем так, я-то здоров относительно. Типа я себя чувствую как обычно. Так, я понял, почему у меня урона не было в тот раз. Тут условие, что надо полным здоровье держать. Блять. Камера слетела, сука. Отстань. Что ты обычно от головы, кстати, ну, пьешь? От головных болей, от мигрени, от всего. Ну, знаешь, у меня такая особенность есть. Ну, ты, может, помнишь, что у меня постоянно такая проблемка, как бы была, я рассказывал, что ну, у меня температура как бы не сбивается, то есть бывает такое. Вот. Поэтому мне препараты там бывает не помогают, я скорую вызываю. Ну, бывает такое вот с детства. И не так уж давно начало проявляться как бы. И вот в этом возрасте. И вот то же самое у меня плюс-минус на различные препараты. То есть мне ни цитрамоны, ни какая вот хуйня не помогает там от обезболивающих, да. Мне вот от головной боли, от температуры мне почему-то вот только миг помогает. Все, это единственное, наверное, что я постоянно покупаю.
What a name. I like it.
It's very unusual.
Он как бы не то чтобы сильный просто препарат. Ну, я не знаю, либо из-за состава какая-то херня, либо что, но другое меня просто не берет. Шавка, блядь, я тебя вчера ждал, пидорас нахуй. Я тебя, сука, ждал, а ты хуй пришел. Я твой рот ебал, понял? Я без понятия, честно, почему оно так. Сука, я тебе там не приснился случаем, я тебя, блядь, проклинал нахуй, понял, нет?
I know.
Что это мне дало? Ну, так понимаю, пока что я сюда не заберусь нихуя. Блять, какой ты, сука. Блять, и это ты, пидорас, не вчера, а позавчера спиздил мое слово аморальный, блять, и мне это сказал. Сука, ты идиот, нахуй, понял? Сука, урод, блять. Аморальное чудовище, я тебе отвечаю. Как такого человека земля носит? Бля, я понять не могу.
Whatever grip it is the nightmare has here, you'd never know by looking.
Серый, завидуй, блядь. Я тебе отвечаю. Ко мне-то близняхи и вчера заходили, ёб твою мать. Ты думаешь, блядь, чего я тебя ждал, долбоёб? А Индика это что? Это что-то новая игра вот эта вот по типу с монашкой? Или что такое? Она, не она? Значит. Если я не ошибаюсь. Завтра, блядь. Ну, завтра 50 на 50. У меня-то выходной, понял, но... Не знаю, как вечером получится. Честно, вот мне выписали тоже до хрена таблеток в один момент, но я попил от силы, наверное, ну, недельку, и я перестал, потому что, честно, потом, блядь, постоянный привкус таблеток просто во рту, вот это вот, блядь, порошка, грубо говоря, пиздец, я такой, не, думаю, блядь, какие бы там таблетки, для чего бы они ни были, как бы немножко надо дозу понижать, так пиздец, одно загубишь, пока будешь лечить что-то у себя. А, вот он.
The bridge is up. Wonder why.
To keep folk in or to keep something out?
Ну, антибиотик, понятное дело, тут уже без него никак. В твоем случае-то. Ясно. Обойти. Ну, желудок это да. Бывает такое, что, блядь, потом намучаешься и от гастритов, блядь, до изжог, от всей херни. От лекарств, блядь, вообще пиздец. А ну-ка. Ну ладно, там можно проползти, но нам туда пока что и не надо.
The village is full of ghost lords. They're afraid of something.
Leave them up. Cause no trouble.
Oh there! Anyone home? Where did they go? Perhaps there's a key.
Aye, Fairfax Haskell, though it bring demons down in great wrath upon my soul, do pray that our trust in him be as Goliath's armor. 6 friends, find fortitude in our success. Exiled from our homes by the devil's machinations, we congregate before the Lord in this new meeting house. We gather, we worship, we overcome. And we shall be well protected by the holy ward my son now makes under my instruction. For I have spent hours countless in your service, poring through books and papers, devouring the oeuvre of my peers, that our meeting house be safe.
Fairfax Haskell, for whom the word pompous was invented.
Half built? Yes. Open to the 4 winds? Yes. But already it is resplendent with our faith. A shining reminder of our renewed belief in better days. McCraith, Mr. McCraith. I thought you. What happy portent, what most excellent news. What blessings. I applaud your valorous deeds. O fate, I say, dead sir, I thought you dead.
Maybe I am.
Do not make light of such matters, my friend, for the devil's wrath is wide awake, and his claw scratches at our door, metaphorically speaking.
I'm alive. I promise.
My friends, I shall deliver this sermon another time. The battle with the devil's legions is ongoing, and Mr. McCraith and I have much to discuss. Thank you, Lammy. Behold this miracle of ours, Mr. McCraith. Exiled we, yet in our darkest hour we find the moral vigor to build this humble monument to resilience. But you and I must speak of darker matters. For we, erudite men of higher learning, know that evil yet walks. There is much work to be done.
Indeed there is.
Yes, yes. Forgive the inelegance of my welcome. You are alone. Do I surmise that Miss Duarte is no more?
It should have been me.
The Lord is near unto them that are of a contrite heart, and will save such as be afflicted in spirit. I'm so sorry for your loss. Grief is a journey, long and painful, but you do not walk the road alone, I promise you.
And there comes a time when you must let go and walk on alone.
In time, God healed my wounds. May you too find peace. Now, I regret that even at this most burdensome time for you, I must move with haste to business and beg once more for your help.
What's going on? It must be serious if you're asking for my help.
Since your defeat at the meeting house, the devil, heartened and emboldened, goes from strength to strength. He insinuates himself among my people, reveling in the suffering of the disease he unleashes upon us. It pits one against the other. Suspicion tears this community apart once again. All this to weaken my people and lead them away from the light of God.
In times of disease, you need doctors, and I'm no doctor.
We'll not treat the symptoms, we'll tear out the root. An agent of the devil walks among us. A witch! You must find her, or him, as it may be. You and I share great expertise, but I'm a man of position, while you, sir, are much more familiar with field work. Go, meet my people, walk amongst them. Learn which of them secretly serves the demon, that we may expunge this evil malady from our body politic.
What makes you think there's a witch at work here?
Aye, sir, I'm a man of God and intellect. I can read the signs. When a so-called mystery disease afflicts half of my people overnight, there can be only one culprit. 'Tis the devil's doing, sir. Probably through one of his servants. For you see, I understood immediately that the water in the well had been tainted. There are no strangers here. You could self-accept it. No one has fled. The guilty woman, or man, I suppose, remains within the village. As evil walks, the evil are emboldened, but this witch shall see her downfall. Or his, of course. As did the last one. As will the next. Some years ago, you may have heard tell of this. I made my name on the execution of a terrible witch. It pains me that I must do it once more.
I noted your ghost wards with some interest.
Ghost wards, an interesting name. I call them sanctifiers, a name more palatable to my flock.
This requires a great deal of occult knowledge. Where did you learn your craft?
Etienne Roulet, one of the greatest demonologists of our time, is a good friend of mine. I improved upon his work.
Why did you not use them in New Eden when the curse began?
It was more complicated to convince the whole congregation of the necessity to use magic. Here, people have more trust in my unmovable probity.
This illness, tell me of it.
Upon my arrival here in the Harrows, I immediately set about protecting the place with consecrated tokens. Safeguarded from the curse, we all felt safer, for a time. Then some devil poisoned the well, our only source of water. Someone on the inside, mind.
Spoiled water proves nothing.
A wise point and well made, Banisher, if not for the fact that we have been, for months on end, under the obvious influence of a terrible curse. One way or another, the devil has found an agent among us, and who knows what nefarious ill-doing old Black Spy plans next.
A man in your position must know what goes on in his own community.
Why, of course, I know all that there is to know. Or near enough. Ask your questions, sir. Ask away.
How goes the colony?
Sir, the body politic bears a heavy weight. Not content with weakening their flesh, The devil's evil attacks the people's hearts and minds. Until you expose the culprit, the harmony of this divinely beautiful commonwealth shall remain marred by suspicion and mistrust. Long story shortened, people are not getting along.
How did you, a man of position and faith, become a demonologist?
Ah, yes. If you'll indulge me for a moment, I shall explain in the briefest manner possible. Though blessed with intellect and no little faith, I also had privilege. I had the means for an education, time and place with which to study. For a time, my father was a pupil of Henry Boggart, the great demonologist. He had the books, I had the aptitude. When he passed, I donned his mantle. My father taught me about duty. I have gifts, faith, intellect, position. I must protect them. I must use them to protect my people. This is my duty. This is my burden.
Your son, how would you describe him?
Lamentation? How would I describe him? Well, he's curious. Inquisitive, I mean, as opposed to peculiar. Although he has his moments there, too. I tried to teach him demonology, to make him the third generation of witch hunters. But he revealed no disposition. Occult knowledge could only obfuscate his good nature. At heart, he is a naive boy who reads a lot and doesn't say much.
I am no witch hunter. My business is with the lingering dead.
For a fee, yes, I know. But you can't deny evil practitioners exist. A few years ago, I had to cleanse this community from such a threat.
How did the evil manifest?
She brought an illness upon us. No ordinary pox, the devil's work. We dropped like flies. Until she died. By the grace and charity of the good Lord, she was exposed. It was my honor to serve him in sending her to hell where she belonged. Her mask was a good one, as if butter would not melt upon her tongue. But you cannot fool a man of faith and intellect. No, sir, you cannot.
You'll not mind me saying it, but for a Puritan paradise, you seem to get more than your fair share of witches.
God has not forsaken us, but someone here does the devil's work. Find me a witch, Mr. McCraith. Return this place to the Lord.
I'm a working man, Governor, but the Lord does seem happy to pay, so I'll do what I can. I'll take my leave of you, Governor.
Of course. Outside, you must take the stairs. While you're with us, the first house on the left shall be your home.
Another witch hunt.
Another false accusation, you mean? Another blight on the lives of women?
Good day to you, madam.
Richard? That you?
Afraid not, ma'am. Red McCraith, I'm a banisher.
Is that a breed of doctor I've not heard of? I need no bandages.
Not exactly, no.
What brings you here, Doctor?
I'm a banisher, not a doctor. I'm here to help.
Kind of you, but I need no help.
Well, then I'll not insist. May I ask your name?
You, young man, have a tongue as refined as your appearance is rough. I'm Hepzibah Perkins. Goody Perkins to you.
May seem a strange question, but have you noticed anyone acting strange?
Strange, you say? Who of late has not been acting strange? Well, there's always the alewife. I can't remember her name. She's furtive. She wanders.
I'll bid you good day, Goody Perkins.
May God grant you grace, Mr. McWraith.
Tis our honour you're here, sir.
You're the governor's son, right?
Yes, sir. Lamentation Haskell. Friends call me Lammy. Or they would if I had any. Please, call me Lammy. I have so many questions, sir. So many questions. But I suspect this is not the time.
No, not the time. But perhaps you may help me anyway.
Me? Why, if I can help, I'd be honoured.
So tell me, Lammy, what do you do?
What?
How do you spend your days?
I assist my father, especially with the ghost wards. That keeps me very busy. When I can, I continue my research into the mysteries of life. Wildlife, mostly. If I can find any. Those that aren't dead have left New Eden. Who can blame them?
Must be hard, being the governor's son and all.
Is it? I don't know. I've never been anyone else's son.
Hard to grow up in his shadow, I would have thought.
Only if you like the attention, not me. I just want to read books and learn stuff. People leave me alone, mostly. I like that. Mostly.
Your father spoke of the pestilence.
He did? Then, sir, you know as much as I do.
If you have an opinion of your own, I'd be glad to hear it.
Since you ask it, I believe a thing most vile assails us. An evil of origin unknown and perhaps unknowable.
So the pestilence is part of the curse?
Yes. Of course, the curse. Of course it's the curse. What else could it be?
Those ghost wards are quite unique.
They are, aren't they? Conceived by Etienne Roulet, but made by my father. Do you use them as well in your line of work?
Not really. I mostly talk to ghosts. I don't repel them.
Of course. Still, each tool has its purpose, and these troubled times we need all the tools we can get. Magic is glorious when wielded by the righteous.
You seem to know a lot about it.
Oh, if only, sir, if only. I'm still learning. Many of the subtleties and nuances escape me yet.
Your father believes there is a Harrow's witch. Have you noticed anyone acting strange?
I'd answer, sir, I surely would, only things being as they are, everyone is acting strange. The curse brought illness, illness brought division, division has led to strife. We could do with some healing, sir, we could. We need you to bring us peace.
Good day to you, Lammy.
Good day to you, sir.
Ghost Ward. I think you can safely knock it over. I'm at your side again.
The governor's speech was so inspiring. As always. A shame he was so rudely interrupted.
A shame indeed. Maybe we should go home now. Are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Good day to you both.
And a good day to you too, sir. And wasn't that quite the entrance you made? You'll be the talk of the town.
So, what brings you to our wee corner of the world?
The governor bade me make the rounds. He suspects evil doing.
If it's evil doing you're after, you may turn around and hurry back to New Eden town.
I met your partner there, the woman. It seems like a lifetime ago now. May God hold you and protect you in your grief.
Now, if you'd excuse us, my sister's not feeling well and we must hurry home.
When I met Elizabeth in New Eden town, she seemed healthy.
Dear Eve, I didn't catch your names.
God be with you and your terrible pronunciation. Mary Claire O'Hara. This is my sister, Elizabeth.
It's pleasant to meet another Gale. Where in Ireland are you from exactly?
We left Clarenbridge for Boston many years ago.
How's life with the English?
We're all the same saints under God, sir. And we too are New Englanders now. After 7 years in service, we've earned our place here.
What do you do around here?
We raise livestock, or at least we used to.
We lost it all to the witch's curse. And the curse still stands, does it not? Banisher.
What happened to the farm?
Sickness took Elizabeth's sheep. And I can weave nothing without wool.
I'm no healer, but I'll help if I can. Do you have plants as need gathering? Something to ease the pain?
All the meadow sweet and vervain in the world will not help this fever, I fear.
We need no help from the godless. Thank you very much.
Our faith guides and protects us.
From where comes the fever?
A bad cut that's spoiled. 'Tis not your concern.
She's dangerously sick. Either she doesn't know it, or she knows it and is hiding it.
And now you really must be going. We'll take up no more of your time. I insist.
I'll let you rest, so. Slan live. Goodbye to you.
Would you pray with us, Mr. McCrate?
Elizabeth.
God hath numbered my kingdom. Whatever my sister may believe, I've not long now. Please, pray with us.
I surely will, if you wish it.
Pray for healing, Mr. McCraith.
No, pray for peace.
Бля, я чё, ебу? Эх, ёптип-топ.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul.
He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me.
May the road rise to you, Elizabeth O'Hara.
Worry not about me. I'll be in heaven long before the devil knows I'm dead.
Elizabeth O'Hara, don't tempt him. God be with you, Red McCrae, and a good day now.
Ah, the famed and famous Banisher, the one and only Red McWraith.
Have we met?
I was at the meeting house. You've got guts. I like that.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, politeness. Gives me the shits. I'm Phoebe Walcott. I buy and sell. Now then, what's your pleasure?
May I see your wares?
I'm a shopkeeper, aren't I? Yes, you may see my wares.
Have you been trading in New Eden long?
Forever and a day, your Highlander Highness. I belong to this land, body and soul, and can no longer tell where I end and it begins.
Really?
Huh? Of course not. Don't be so gullible. Life makes more sense to the cynic. Sense of humour won't go amiss, neither. Folk here are too grim to notice how charming and funny I am. 8 years, if you must know. Of the third settlement, I was one of the first to arrive. And look how far we've come since.
So, have you noticed any strange behaviour of late?
Apart from my own? Yes. So much so that now I am almost normal. Caleb Watson, for example. Now he, my friend, is really strange.
Is he now?
He used to be such a nice man. Now he's aggressive and he smells like the Christmas cat at Easter.
Sounds charming. Thank you. Till we meet again.
You mind your good self, do you hear?
How are things?
All is quiet.
What can you tell me about the community here?
Like whom?
I bet you tell me what you know of Governor Haskell.
That kind man. He's been so good to me. He's all vapour and bounce.
Lammy Haskell. Any thoughts about him?
Him? He's so deep in his father's shadow you'd barely know he were there.
And how are you?
I'm doing my best to bring a little joy to the world. What with all the gloom.
And how's that going for you?
Badly.
May I see your wares? Till we meet again.
You mind your good self, do you hear?
Does the day find you well, Madam Doctor?
As well as it can, Mr. McWraith. And I have a banisher to thank for it.
You're welcome. Let's not make a habit of it.
My word before God on it.
I've something for you. Art stuff.
Oh, I may draw once more. And to think I once thought you useless.
I usually get by on charm, style and general good looks, but occasionally I can be of service. I should go.
I'll wish you luck, if you believe in it.
Don't you, sir?
Likewise. Red McCreath. You?
Perry Cottle, I'm the baker. What are you doing out here in the rustics?
I'm a banisher. I'm looking for ghosts.
Find no ghosts here, sir, nor demons. The governor, in his piety, sees to that.
I envy your faith, Mr. Cottle.
How's that working out so far?
A man can do any number of things with his life. What drew you to baking?
Oh, any of a dozen reasons. I'll not bore you with all 13. That's also how old I was when my parents died. I needed work. The baker needed a boy. He was a hard man. His wife was a pure-hearted woman. Taught me well. It's hard work, but I love it. I love it, dear.
What brought you to New Eden? Were they short a baker?
Elsewhere, folks backslide. Here, we know the value of our daily bread, of God's own bounty. Here, the baker is near in position to a minister.
What's the word around here?
Ah, it's gossip you want. Oh, so be it. Recently, as I made my way to the mill, I saw Ishmael Lore sneak into Phoebe Walcott's barn, his arms laden. Then, he has seemed skittish.
How's life in the Harrows? Does it taste sweet now? Or does it taste bitter yet?
Life in the Harrows, sir, tastes like hard work. And so it bloody should.
What can you tell me about the governor?
Pious man of great eloquence. Melts right through. I trust him completely. He's devoted, he serves his congregation, diligent and mindful, just like me.
What can you tell me about Lamentation Haskell?
He seems a good boy. Peculiar. Not the brightest. He's not like his father. Oh, no, not at all.
Have you noticed anything strange lately? Changes in demeanour, odd comings and goings?
Lucy Barrow goes picking plants. All furtive like. I've seen her. I've watched her. She puts them in her strange concoctions. Won't tell me what's in there. Maybe she'd spill it to you.
Thank you. I'll look into it. I should go.
And I must work.
Enough people are suspicious of Lucy Barrow that I am too.
Let's see if the rumours are true.
The well. It feels off.
Smells off, too. Red McCraith, sir. The Banisher, at your service. May I ask your name?
Bachelor. Hugh Bachelor. I was the school teacher here in New Eden, in the times before. I do not need the services of a heretic today, and nor do the people of New Eden.
He seems pleasant.
What does a teacher do with no kids to teach?
Teaching, sir, takes preparation. At some point in the future, the roads will open and the children will return, and I, sir, shall be prepared.
Why didn't you leave with the kids?
For some time I wished I had. Watching the children walk away near broke my heart. For many weeks I was lost. But the Lord had other plans for me. I know it now.
And they are?
You shall see for yourself soon enough that you may bear witness.
What news around and about?
I'll make no report to a troublemaker like you.
Seen anything strange of late?
Do you speak of the disease eating at the fabric of our fair community? We've sealed the well, closed homes and houses, and said our prayers. It has not worked.
Apart from that, have you noticed anyone behaving strangely? I have to ask.
I have seen the alewife, Mistress Barrow, lurking by the well, hands in her pockets clutching at her herbals. And as I think of it, before his house burned down with his wife and brother in it, Caleb Watson and the alewife had a sharp exchange of words. 'Twere as if she'd cursed him. If there is a Harrow's witch, I'd start looking there.
I'll steer you away from the idea that the alewife is a witch, but I'll look into it all the same. I must take my leave of you, sir.
God keep you, for I shall not.
Caleb Watson. We keep hearing that name.
Let's pay him a visit.
Good day, sir.
Good day, madam?
Mistress. Lucy Barrow, the alewife.
Red McCraith, the Banisher. Alewife, is it? I'd never have guessed from looking at you.
And what does an alewife look like, Mr. Banisher?
She's got you there.
Tell me about yourself, about your work.
What are you, the census taker? I'm Lucy Barrow. I'm earnest, proud, clever. I'm a widow of 41. My husband and I ran a tavern in England. I was the brains, he was... well, he was there. And if you call me Widow Barrow, I'll fetch my shears and dock your chestnuts.
What brought you to New Eden?
Freedom. Prosperity. The chance to watch good Puritan men drink till they are sick, even as they fill my purse. And chestnuts. I came for chestnuts.
Now, I happen to know that the alewife hears stories others don't. So, what's new?
Want a story, do you? All right. Recently, I saw Phoebe Walcott walking strangely. She was hiding something under her coat. I don't know what it was, but she went into her barn, and when she came out, she no longer had it. I've seen her repeat the deed on several occasions. Not that I'm counting, nor that I care.
How's life in the Harrows? As sweet as you would wish?
When is life as sweet as one could wish?
Well, that depends on how you define sweetness.
Sweeter ale sells better, but the sweetness makes it weaker.
Tell me about the governor. Not a big ale drinker, I imagine.
Sadly, no. Perhaps if he had been, he might not have been such an arseworm. He's a man, afraid of me, an educated woman. He pries, comes calling to check the contents of my pot. He's afraid. A scared little man. I am a woman of brains and means, but despite that, nay, because of it, I fear the witch hunt.
What can you tell me about Lamentation Haskell?
I hardly know him. He doesn't talk much. I suspect he's smart, but it's hard to tell. He's a little boy. Adorable, of course, but hardly interesting.
Can I ask, have you noticed anything strange lately? If you have, be sure to tell me.
I'll be sure to tell you if I see anything normal. Strange is the flavour of the hour, the week, the month and the year. Yet folks still gossip. They're suspicious, aggressive, impatient. Perhaps they hanker for normality. I suppose it figures.
Well, if you hear anything that strikes you as unusual, do let me know. Would you be interested in a trade at all?
What do you need?
Can I ask you something?
You may.
It is delicate. You're the subject of certain rumours. Did you know this?
What are you talking about?
They say you wander the woods, alone.
So?
They say you burned someone's house down. Revenge, they say.
They say that, do they? They talk, Mr. McCraith, while I work. They'll drink my ale, let 'em talk. Are we out of rumours now? Or are there more?
They say you put herbs in the ale.
Amongst other things, yes. You'll note that they also drink the ale. And don't you believe everything you hear.
I'll take my leave of you for now.
And I of you.
I doubt she's who we're looking for. There was another name. Caleb Watson. Looks like we found...
Smells even worse here.
It's justice. Start anew. Shite on these people. They can't hurt us. But how could you make him kiss it again?
Oh there. Are you all right, sir?
We're closed. Now. Out with you. Leave. Leave.
I can tell from your surly demeanour that you won't mind me asking you a couple of questions. I'm Red McCraith. I'm a banisher. I'm searching the area for evidence of witchcraft. And you, I can tell, are itching to help me.
Show your shiting shapes, goose peddler. No witches here. Only myself, Caleb Watson.
Tell me a tale. What have you heard round about lately that might be of interest?
Gossip's for shite bags. Not being a shite bag, I don't gossip.
The governor bade me make the rounds. Is anyone acting strange?
Why would he ask you that?
Everyone keeps secrets, and I have a talent for uncovering them.
I ain't got no secrets. I ain't done no wrong. Search me house if you don't believe me. See for yourself. And when you're done,
If you're any kind of man, you'll come back here, doff your cap, apologise, then shite off and never come back.
If you're looking for someone acting strangely, I think you've found your man.
I'll be leaving you alone for now.
A man content with his own company is never alone. You hear that? Good one, right? Fear not. You'll bugger off soon. They both will.
Being courted by two brothers at once rarely ends well.
Doesn't it?
Personal experience.
Don't go there.
Hugh Batchelor said Lucy Barrow cursed the house and it burned down.
A house burned down, and I suspect the rest is nonsense.
This is wrong. It's wrong, I tell you.
What's this? It's not metal, not wood. Bone. It's bone. Lovely.
Ruth and Alexander Watson, the cobbler's wife and brother.
He's surely haunted, but where's the ghost?
I think we need to talk to Caleb Watson.
Fear not. You'll bugger off soon. They both will. You done enough sniffing? Hmm? Tired of the smell of your own arse?
You said you had no secrets. That was a lie, am I right? Everyone has secrets.
I can smell your secrets from here, mate. A pox on you. And a pox on your questions, too.
You'll not take him head on. You must take your time, outflank him.
There's burned debris out back. I found bone in it. Where does it come from?
You must have little business if you spend your time sifting through my rubbish. It came from the house. Probably.
I read your letter to Ruth. It's clear you loved her. Were you telling the truth about Alexander's infidelity?
My name is Caleb Watson. And before God, And all present, I swear that the letter I wrote to Ruth was a load of shite. Lusting for his beloved Ruth, I set out to ruin Alexander's name, 'cause I'm a greedy little prick.
You're frank. You don't sound like you regret it, though.
No. The past's the past. Dead and buried. My brother is but a lingering memory.
It was terrible what happened to your wife and brother. Might have helped if you'd mentioned it. You must be grieving. Do you mind if I ask where they're buried?
Shite on me shite-bag brother. And shite on you too. They're both deep in the dirt up at God's Acre, and I'll speak no more of it.
What's going on at God's Acre, Caleb?
Shite off with your God's Acre, and good riddance to both. God's Acre concerns you not.
You need to tell me what happened here. Stop hiding.
Nothing happened. Buried. Buried all. Quiet, you. And you can shite off, taking your nothing happened with you.
Whatever happened, it happened at God's Acre.
What is the thoughts on Caleb?
You first, young man.
Haunted. To the point of madness. Ruth and Alexander, maybe?
Maybe. But something feels off. We jump to no conclusions. Instead, we gather proof.
God's Acre?
God's Acre. Here we are. Let us find the graves of Alexander and Ruth, and whatever got Caleb acting so strange.
Someone's been doing some undertaking.
In New Eden, there's much to be done.
It's about to shoot. Teach them not to mess with a Banisher.
Beat it!
Did we miss a few?
Stop that spectre before it possesses the corpse. Eyes peeled.
Grave robbers.
Yes, but what exactly were they stealing? Ruth Watson. There's another grave beneath it.
If undertakers did this, they should find other work.
I doubt there's a job on Earth that suits whatever did this. Decoys to distract wayward specters. Rudimentary. Someone's had a little training. Here did lie Alexander Watson.
Did Caleb take their bodies?
Someone did. And he's at the top of my list.
Well, they made quite the mess. Perhaps the decoys may show us the way.
Follow the path. Don't get too close.
I'll try.
this way. More of them.
A wee Highland kiss for you.
That's what I was talking about when I said don't get too close. Demonology. I should have known.
What in God's green hell is this?
Fight now, talk later.
Make a run for it!
Enough! The damn crows! Watch it. That harvester switched form.
Physical to spectral. They do that. Did we miss a few?
Again, crows, you bastard!
Can I join in too?
I'll get you eventually.
I have another in sight.
How many buds that thing have? Got another trick up your sleeve.
A vicious scourge that despises the living. In these lands, what a surprise indeed. Shrines now? With bones?
It's like Lady Blackwood's boudoir around here.
Should we take a glimpse at the past?
Picking up something spectral nearby. What is this?
It's a chant.
Oh there, fella. Nasty, aren't you?
Nasty, yes, but also shoddy. It's very poor work. It looks like a butchered version of the ritual of Lesser Palingenesis.
The ritual of... that ritual? The one that brings someone back? That ritual?
Yes, that ritual.
Toki mi indrasta, skal nymphalis.
As flesh unto verb, as verb unto heart, as heart unto flesh. Death's knot is unsevered, and I shall cut it.
Caleb Watson invoked a ghost without a body for it to inhabit, so it took his. Caleb is no longer Caleb.
He got the wrong ghost too.
He used pieces of his wife and also of his brother.
Ruth, Alexander, Caleb, could be any combination of them in there.
Let's go find out which.
I feel something close. This is cursed, no doubt.
You are sent back. Reinforcements!
Make a run for it!
Let's get back up! You're done!
That ritual, not... I suspect it's beyond me.
It's not, but we agreed you won't need it. Besides, Caleb's work was poor. Your work is good.
A ritual like that, good is not a word that comes to mind.
Hush now. All is well. Nothing bad will ever come to us. Shite off.
We've been to God's Acre. Quite a tale it told us. You're not Caleb, are you? Or at least not entirely.
Ah. Can't fog you. Alexander Watson. Long tale short, Caleb tried to bring his dead wife back. And I live here now.
So many questions. Where to even start?
He was trying to bring his wife back. How did you end up in the mix?
Caleb made a fine cobbler, a poor brother, a worse husband, and a truly terrible witch. The ritual went to shite, because... of course it did.
Do both of you share Caleb's body?
Share? No. This house of flesh is mine. But because I am a generous man, I allow my brother to live in the cellar. We were twins. I was the rotten half, they said. But who's the rotten half now? There's something else you should know, if you don't know it already. I'm not alone. I completed the ritual. My darling Ruth is in here too.
Caleb was no saint, but this is hellish grim. Does he deserve it?
Aye, he does. And it's not like I killed him. He's alive in here somewhere, watching me ruin his name. He can hear me now, destroying his reputation, as I had to hear him destroy mine when he painted me a fornicator.
How nice.
He took our love, Ruth and mine, and killed it. Now our love's reborn, and he can do naught but sit and watch. Caleb was a cad. Shite on him. Let him suffer.
You died trying to save Ruth from a burning house. True.
True.
And where was Caleb while all this was happening?
He was there. He stood rooted in place, frozen in fear. And then it was too late. He could do nothing but watch us burn. Caleb's name was ruined then. We're just putting the boot in.
You used the ritual to bring Ruth's spirit into Caleb's body. Why?
Love moves a soul to strange endeavours. We deserve a better life. I set myself to claiming it.
I understand your anger, more so your desire. But what of Ruth's? Did you consider what she wanted?
Caleb stole a life from me, but he also stole Ruth's voice. She shrank beneath him. Of course she wanted a second chance at life.
I'd like to hear this from Ruth. May I please speak with her?
No! We've carved ourselves out a little happiness at last. I'll not have you break it. Please, leave us alone. Give us this.
We need to speak to her, one way or another. If he won't tell us anything, perhaps the house Ruth died in will.
You're well placed to see what goes on around here. Help me out. Have you seen anything noteworthy?
I've made a point of keeping people away, but I seek things. And I take note.
Lammy Haskell. Any thoughts about him?
The Haskell boy? What about him? He's weird. Talked with Caleb about nonsense. Both of them were full of shite.
What's your take on the governor?
My brother gave him the glad hand act, and the governor lapped it up. Haskell's opinion of himself is far too high. To win his favour, you need only prop him up. He dragged my name through the dirt. Shite on him, and his so-called eloquence. What use is a silver tongue when your heart is yellow?
Tell me about folk here. Who stands out for you? What think you of them?
What think I of they who shunned me, gulled by my black-mouthed brother? What think I of malicious fools for whom I had to die to be redeemed? I'd say a curse upon them. But 'tis too late. The curse has already come.
How goes the settlement, would you say?
It's going to hell in a shitting handcart. Not that I care, mind. But there's sport in guessing who shall live and who shall die. Hope they find that witch, though. Can't have witches about the place doing the devil's work.
I'll be leaving you alone for now.
Alone? Not really. Hush now. All is well. Nothing bad will ever come to us again.
Ruth and Alexander are having an affair in her husband's body.
I'll not judge, no matter how much I want to.
Something feels wrong. Something about Ruth. If we find the ghost tie, we can talk to her.
Mr. Bachelor. I must take my leave of you, sir.
God...
The house that burned down. The roof fell in with them inside.
There's a lot of debris. Wards. Think you can fend for yourself? The ghost wards feel far away from here. Just one keeps me from manifesting. Fancy knocking it down? I'm at your side again. I love doing that.
Time must be nearby.
Of course. Ruth's heart binds them like a bushel of rotting corn.
This work shows real sensitivity. Caleb?
Maybe. Not Alexander.
You!
I suspect
do you
we've
have
just
there?
learnt a little about Ruth.
Stop right there, you rank rump! Whatever you found, It ain't yours.
You buried Ruth's heart in the ashes of the house that killed her. I find that odd.
You, a ghost, went digging in the ashes of a dead woman's house. You're ill-positioned to call me odd. Don't think I haven't felt your presence before.
Stow your tongue while I speak with Ruth. Ruth, can you hear me? Can you speak?
Pock off and die. I'm in charge here.
No. Hush ye, Alexander. I'll speak. I'm Ruth. I hear you.
I'm Antea Duarte. We're here to help.
Oh, I'm glad. Please, end this nightmare. Help me.
Go to hell in a bag of shite. We're fine, and you have not the right, you hear? You've not the right. Her heart! Give it back!
He come foolish.
No more does he silence me. We may speak. Help me, please.
Caleb's letter changed your life. How did it feel at the time?
It tore me in two. I loved Alexander, but I deserved to marry a man who would be true. Caleb seemed decent. I believed he loved me. I thought I married the better brother, but I'd married a liar. A liar and a devil. And yet, not even he deserves this. No one deserves this.
How did Caleb treat you?
With adoration. I was an idol. Worshipped, yet unloved. He was the sculptor and I was the statue. Smiling down, unmoving from my pedestal with nothing to say. Now I'm sewn into a festering sack with the quivering remnants of my husband and the angry ghost of his dead brother. Please, let me out.
Who taught Caleb the resurrection ritual?
To say it was taught would mean he'd learned it. He read it off a page. As a sorcerer, Caleb makes a fine cobbler. Thing about Caleb, he was a good listener. As he worked, clients would bend his ear. The Haskell boy, for one. As Caleb pinned the governor's shoes, young Lammy would talk magic. Nonsense, really. But Caleb was listening.
Wait, Lammy Haskell gave Caleb the resurrection ritual?
After Lammy mentioned the ritual, Caleb became obsessed with it. He begged. Lammy, in his misplaced generosity, gave it. Caleb was intent on dark work. Lammy furnished written instructions.
Ruth, your husband Caleb's botched resurrection ritual brought you back, but allowed his brother Alexander to take you hostage.
Once we deal with the Watson brothers.
Please, Ruth, let us stay.
Look. Old life is no life at all. Caleb, we're ending this nonsense now.
head out, you're up. Right, hold still, both of you. Let me pry you all apart. Farewell.
Are they gone?
Am I speaking with the cobbler, Caleb Watson? That you, Caleb?
I think... yes, that's me. Or it was me, once. For my bastard brother was my hollow keeper.
You're not entirely innocent, though. If you'll permit the unfortunate expression, there was more than one of you in it.
Aye. You were in it too. He ruined my name, ruined my flesh, ruined my wife. You gave him a pat on the cheek of his arse and sent him on his way. I am an imperfect man. My brother was a bastard and sly, and he tricked you onto his side. What does that make you?
I too am an imperfect man. I have mercy and patience in limited supply. Let's not test those limits further, eh? I mean, we've seen some horrors, but that...
This is the work.
You're right. There's nothing I'd rather be doing. That was something.
Don't take it to heart. Their choices are not your business.
Our choices are my business. And their consequences too.
Don't waver. We could win a battle, but we can't win the war. Nobody should conquer death. And we don't want to pay the price of trying.
Aye. I hear you.
Good. Now, let's see what Lammy Haskell has to say about raising spirits from the dead.
Governor.
May I help you, Mr. McCraith?
I have to admit, this is an unusual case.
Yes, but have you solved it?
I believe so. But the culprit was not responsible for the plague. At least not directly.
Have you found the witch or have you not?
Someone here has been dabbling in some dark magic. I have the name.
So? What are you waiting for?
Don't you want to hear the name?
I do not need to. The principle is what matters.
Not exactly. The name is Lamentation Haskell.
No, it can't be. My son is studious. Curious, too curious at times, perhaps. But he does not have a bad bone in his heart.
He showed Caleb Watson a ritual. The cobbler used it and became possessed.
Even if true, it would only mean my son was exposed to corruption. It happened before. Bring me proof, Banisher. Find the real source of evil.
I'll get it. Mark me. I must find your son, Governor. Sooner rather than later.
His interests take him hither and thither. If he isn't here, he must be working on the outskirts. He's been sprucing up one of the abandoned houses there. I ordered them emptied when the sickness hit. Here, take the gate key. Go there. See for yourself. You're wrong about him. You're wrong about my son. Needless to say that I count, of course, on your discretion.